We continue our series for the children, and joining us today discussing winter exercise safety for kids is Dr. Michael Ramsey. Now that's a topic you don't hear about a lot, winter exercise safety for kids. I guess just first explain to us a little bit about our topic today.
Sure. Well, exercise is something that's so important, and so even as adults we have a hard time getting motivated when it's cold outside. And so it's extra important for kids who we recommend an hour of physical activity a day. It's extra important for us to make sure that they continue that during the winter months. And so there are just some precautions that we do recommend. We're fortunate in this area that we don't have very extreme winters, so it's very rarely would be too cold to go outside.
But we kind of did last year, though. It was
right.
It was pretty intense cold temperatures.
Right.
And I burrowed up in the house for a week.
Right. I mean, it can happen, but it's for very short periods of time. It's not like some places up north where it's 0 degrees for extended periods of time. And so those days when it's too cold to go outside are very few and far between here. So just making sure that kids are bundled up appropriately, that they're wearing jackets and gloves if it is under 40. If they are doing something where it's a little misty or they're getting wet, to make sure that they change those clothes when they come inside immediately.
Gotcha. Okay. So if you're outside and me, for instance, if I'm outside and I know I'm going to be sweating, eventually I'll kind of go a layer down. Is that safe?
Right.
Is that safe to do for kids?
It is. And then layers are something that's always recommended when they're outside, and then they can adjust that and they can change those out when they come in for a break. There are some other options that kids can do for inside exercise, that if they don't have access to a gym, doing an exercise tape or even a dance game on their Xbox or Wii. Those things are great ways to keep moving during the winter.
Excellent. So playing video games is healthy.
That's the only time you'll hear me recommend that. So you may want to write that down.
Technology has come a long way, hasn't it?
That's right.
Okay, now maybe some, if video games aren't readily available, such as Wii or Xbox, and it is just brutally cold outside, what are maybe some other options that we have?
Right. I mean, I think just getting together with your kid, especially a young toddler, can dance and jump around the room. You can go to a mall or an indoor playground like Fun Zone or Big Fun or one of those places, and having them be able to run around in there. Anything that gets them moving. Kids aren't going to run on a treadmill. They're not going to work out with weights. And so just doing something fun where they're moving is all they really need.
Excellent, excellent. And so so that's the key, I guess, is to stay in shape, do you have maybe a time frame that you recommend per day?
We try to get kids to exercise for about an hour a day. That's what's recommended. Most kids get less than 15 minutes a day. So it's something that we really have to encourage in our kids, especially when it's a little bit harder for us. And then for kids who have respiratory problems, making sure that they're continuing on their medication so that they can optimize that exercise. Kids with asthma in the winter definitely need to be on their controller medicine so that they can still exercise to their full potential.
The old faithful inhaler. I was prescribed quite a few of those as a child, and so,
right.
so I understand the importance there. So you want to have those available for exercising as well. So exercise an hour a day, right?
Right.
And get out there, sweat it out a little bit, and even in the wintertime, find a safe place indoors to do it as well. That's going to do it for this segment. If you have any questions about our segments for the children, you can email us at morning@WTVY.com. Also, if you'd like to watch this interview or others, you know where to go. Hit the website, WTVY.com. Oscar fans, got a final look at your forecast.